Sanders looking, going deep.
Oh, he caught it. Pretty pass. Pretty pass. I'm on live, bro.
He's had a couple of drops here in the first half, but he does not drop that one. He hauls it in. We're going to watch Sanders here work from the pocket. He's looking to his right. Finds the top that he's looking for, and right over the hands of the defender and right into the basket of hooks.
Oh, what a pretty pass. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my God.
Get a great catch. Hooks, line, and sinker. Transfer Jackson State to go up 21-10, or see if they're going to go for two here. Maybe they're calling the timeout to think about it. But, you know, if you're an Alabama A&M fan, you have to be sitting there. If you're either here in Mobile or watching at home thinking,
keep the extra point.
Man, we really outplayed Jackson State for most of the first half, but it's not showing on the scoreboard. And when we were talking about this, you giving Jackson State the ball with 1:15 left in the first half. You gave them opportunity in order to move the ball down.
What a throw by Shedeur. Oh, my goodness.
In order to try and get the clock stopped. And so with that now,
oh, my goodness, what a throw.
You were down 14-10. Now you give them that momentum, scoring 20 here. You get a 2, and you go up 22-10. And so that really is going to cause a problem here for A&M. You go into the halftime locker room saying, you know, what if? And there you see head coach Connell Maynard going over to talk with the defense on that last particular play.
A&M, Jackson State, rather, is just going to go for the extra point here to make it 20.
That's what I'm saying. He had to call the timeout for that.
To 10 with just 2 seconds left on the clock.
Well, Shane Hooks able to get a big touchdown catch.
That play.
One more time.
Sanders knew where he was going. He's looking. He was just waiting. There it is. He's got that one-on-one coverage. And
man, that was an incredible throwing catch.
The defender just didn't know where the ball was. Well, he did, but
ran past it.
He ran past it, yeah. He knew where it was. He thought it was going somewhere that it wasn't.
Well, he did, but
he ran past it, yeah. So there was 2 people that knew to come back for that ball. The defender was not one of those people.
He was not in that conversation.
So he really took him hard to the
2 seconds left, man. Squib that thing and going to halftime, man.
Just where he could get
Squib it going to halftime.
This kick will stay on the ground. And tackle will be made at about...
Go down. You ain't getting nothing. Go down.
That will do it.
Go down.
First half has come to a close. Jackson
That's
State
the way to end the half.
has come from behind and now taken the lead here against Alabama A&M going into the halftime locker room. And for Jackson State, you have to be feeling good going into the locker room. If you're Alabama A&M, you have to be thinking what was.
Okay. All right, they should be feeling good, but I'm not completely satisfied with the way things
are
going. I don't think
Jackson State's going to feel good. They're happy that they're winning, but they're going to be upset about those penalties they had in the first quarter. And really at the start of the second quarter. They're really going to get on the players about being disciplined. Did you see Coach Sanders kind of doing a little media there with Jackson State? The pregame show. I see my man Neely down there talking to Coach Sanders. They're going to have a lot of things they want to.
Nah, man. Nah. I mean, I get it. Cool. Everybody. Up 21-10. That's great, but I'm not happy. If I'm Prime, and I know Prime ain't happy, you can tell I'm not happy right now. Things had to change. I'm gonna let more people get up in here. I started this kind of early, so I know people still watching. So we're gonna wait for everybody to get up in here, and then we're gonna talk. I do not like the fact that this game is being played at the stadium. I don't like it. They should have kept this thing a home and home. It should have been a home and home. I don't like what's going on right now. You know, the stadium looks a little bit more filled now, but in the beginning, it ain't been looking all that. You know, like you robbing these fans of these home and home games. So you're asking them to travel more than they should have to travel just to go watch their teams play. I don't like it, man. This is a classic or a challenge that did not need to happen. It's very much unnecessary, in my opinion. And I feel for the fans because that's just more travel costs to them. On top of the fact that the Celebration Bowl really ain't that far away, man. And y'all got these people like, come on, man. Come on, man. With inflation being what it is right now, too, this was just not a good time to ask these people to. That's the swag. That's the swag for you. JSU has to stop with the penalties. Some of the penalties was their fault. It wasn't their fault though. That's the thing. Some of it wasn't their fault. HBCU Band Talk, what's up, my guy? Always love, always love. I feel the same way about moving the boombox to Birmingham. Nah, facts. Like asking these folks to travel so much, and it's like, what do you have against home games? Like, yes, I like a good classic area once in a while, you know, a good neutral site game, but man, what's the point? Like, what's the point of having a home stadium if y'all barely gonna play there? I hate it. I hate it. I hate it for those players. I hate it for everybody. Listen, man. I've said 3 touchdowns. We're going to get to that. 3 touchdowns called back. You can't tell me the refs don't got money on this game. I think somebody need to investigate this. Somebody got to investigate this. 3 touchdowns? First of all, the Kevin Coleman kick return, it shouldn't have been called. That's that. That's that. The Kevin Coleman kick return shouldn't have been called. That awesome play by Shedeur to extend the play, right, by going in and out of the pocket and delivering that ball in such a tight window for a touchdown should not have been called. I'm a little frustrated with them. I ain't gonna lie. Like, this is because, like, yes, they're calling things on Alabama A&M too, but those are obvious penalties, stuff that you shouldn't get away with. It seems like they got, like, I ain't trying to start no conspiracy, but do you have something against Jackson State? Do you have something against Jackson State? Because what is this? What we doing? 3 touchdowns? Come on, man. Come on, man. But as far as criticism for Jackson State goes, my whole thoughts on this game is thank God that they're finally starting to pull away. But with that being said, Jackson State starts off game slow for some reason, and they've always done this. They've been doing this since Coach Prime got to Jackson State. You know, so like even when Alabama A&M was moving the ball with Quincy Casey, which I think Quincy Casey should stay in, but that's just me. This whole 2 quarterback system that they running, I'm just not a fan of it. But even when they were moving the ball and getting momentum, I said to myself, like, I'm really not worried. Like, I have not been worried at no point during this game, even when the momentum was completely in Alabama A&M's favor, just because, you know, I really do trust that defense a lot. And I know that this isn't so much A&M being better, it's just as good. It's really Jackson State getting in their own way because it's always that. So I was never worried. But when it comes to their run defense and how well they're stopping Sivion, I mean, I did say in my pregame, in my breakdown video of this game, Alabama A&M is 6th in the SWAC. They're in the middle when it comes to run defense. So nobody should be surprised that they're kind of holding their own versus Sivion, minus the few runs that he was able to get. Nobody should be surprised by that. They're 6th in that category. However, take advantage of how trash that secondary is. I told y'all they are second to last in the SWAC when it comes to pass defense. Second to last. And it's not necessarily that their DBs are just playing great this game. It's the drops by the receivers. It is the overthrown balls by Shedeur. Like, what's up with it? What's up with it? Between me and y'all, I don't know which one works right now. Is it the drops? Is it the so much points left on the board, from the referees and them as well? That throw that Shedeur missed to Travis, who was wide open. I mean, he couldn't get more wide open. My God. Man, I think he got a little too excited and he put too much. Like, you don't have to put so much on the ball when you throwing it up like that. That man already has, like, it looked like Travis had that man burnt by at least 4 to 5 yards. Like, you don't gotta rifle it like that. Just throw that thing up. Let him coast out. Let him catch it. Throw that thing up, man. Throw that thing up. But also, congratulations to him for getting his first career interception. Now, can I just say that I appreciate the fact that Quincy Casey is not scared. He's one of the few quarterbacks this year that have been not scared to throw to Travis Hunter. I appreciate that so much. I swear to God. Everybody wins in that aspect. Travis gets tested more, which is what he needs, because sometimes during this season, man, he just looked bored out there. So Travis gets tested. He gets more experience with that. The viewers, everybody watching, they get a show. We got to see him in his first interception. On top of that, Quincy, Travis has been locked down, but if Quincy was a little bit more accurate earlier on in the game, Travis might would have given up a touchdown. And I want to say this. At some point in his career, Travis is going to give up a catch or a touchdown. I don't need y'all to overreact when he do, because that's not a diss to him. But it's going to happen at some point. Gaddy is playing. Manderson, Gaddy is playing. Travis baited QC, and he did. He did. I love, bro, watching Travis play with the skill set that he has as a true freshman is just crazy. It's crazy. This man plays like a vet, like an experienced veteran. And that just goes to show you that one-on-one coaching that he's getting from Coach Prime is paying off. It's paying dividends. And now you see why he came to Jackson State. Like, you see the training that he gets from Prime really paying off. I think, man, by the time he gets draft eligible, still a first-round pick. Predicted 1 touchdown, 2 picks. I want to see that. I would love to see that. He's supposed to have 1, if we being honest, so you're really not far off in here. Bet they don't try to go to Hunter's Avenue again. Hey, I get it and I love it, but I want people to test Travis. You feel me? Like, I want him, because he's going to have to start getting tape at some point for the scouts. So, yes, I would love for him to get tested more. I would love to see him get more bat downs and more picks and everything like that. But I respect the hell out of Quincy Casey for not being scared to throw to the boy, because, honestly, what good is it to have him on the field if don't nobody want to throw to him? For us watching, because clearly Jackson State will love that. You think the man got him beat, but he's baiting. Nah. Early on in the game, it was 1 pass. It was 1 pass. If Quincy had been on the money, that probably would have been a touchdown. A&M got any fight left? I think so, because the game isn't really that much out of reach. If we're being honest with you, like, if there was a time to lay down in this game, and there probably will be, it's not now. It's not now. Alabama A&M should still fight. I think they kind of got away a little bit from what was making them successful. Like I said, that running back, I forget his name for A&M, but they need to feed him more often, because passing wise, they just ain't that good. They're just not that good. And I feel for Quincy Casey. I really do, because he's such a talented individual. And it seems like he can't catch a break with where he goes. Like, at Jackson State, Shedeur was just a better quarterback. People speculated that he got handed the job, but clearly we see Shedeur is just a better quarterback. Him being an Alabama A&M in this 2-quarterback system is not fair to him. It's not fair to him, because when 16 in the game, we know he's running. It's like, I can look at him and tell, like, nah, you're no threat to me passing the ball. I really wish Quincy Casey just could go out there and play without having to worry about somebody taking his job or them taking him off of something. That kid needs room to make mistakes and to grow. Excuse me, and to grow. He needs room. Simeon Wilkerson. Feed Wilkerson. Of course, listen, Wilkerson is going to get his carries. I know y'all are upset that he hasn't been getting the ball more. Like, I think the first 2 possessions he didn't get the ball, or maybe he did like once. But like I said, statistically, they're not bad against the run. They're middle of the pack in the SWAC. You know, like they're number 5. So, like, I get the game plan by Bartolone. He wanted to go in knowing that they're second to last in the conference and probably 60-something in the country when it comes to pass defense, and you want to take advantage of that. And it's not the problem isn't that they want to pass. It's the fact that it's the play calling, number one, but I can't even put too much emphasis on that. It's the drop balls, right? Because, I mean, I don't know what's going on with Shane, but it's like he's so inconsistent with that. Like, he'll give you great one-hand catches. You know, he'll give you the great catch that he had right before halftime. But at the same time, he drops catches that he shouldn't drop. And, like, this is becoming a thing with him. I'm gonna excuse Dallas this time because he's just getting back from an injury. So I'm gonna excuse that one, but it went right between his hands. And then, you know, you got Shedeur, who, as good as he is, man, he still has a lot to progress on when it comes to picking and choosing how he chooses to throw the football. Like, there's, like, again, that play to Travis where he was wide open. You don't need to rocket that ball. You don't need to put all your strength into that throw. You know, put some air under it. He's wide open. Like, put some air under it, let him catch it, and walk into the end zone. You know, like, that's just thing. Everybody has things they could really improve on from this game. But I tell you what, I know they getting the earful right now. It ain't nothing to be happy about because, number one, they left 3 touchdowns on the field, so they really should be up by more right now. So if I'm Coach Prime, I ain't happy. I ain't happy. Not just with the refs, but with y'all too. Like, it's too many things I can point out. Too many things I can point out. Okay. You know what? And nobody I feel so bad for Kevin Coleman, bro. I really do. I really do, because I know he wants to make more of an impact. I know he do. Like, before he got to Jackson State, his intentions, his goals were to, like, come in and, you know, put up good numbers and everything like that. And it seems like every time something happens for him, it either gets called back or, you know, he just loses the opportunity. So, like, I do feel a little bad for him right now, but he is being a good sport about it. They shouldn't have took away that man's kick return. That was crazy. That was absolutely crazy. And then what was the penalty anyway? That I don't know who was blocking, but they blocked the kicker while Kevin was going. Are they not supposed to do that? Was that what did they say? That was a personal foul or something? Absolute BS. But, you know, hey, I hold it. Yeah, so BS. On that first touchdown, though, let me say on that first touchdown, this is Bartolone when he's in his bag. When Bartolone is in his bag and he draws up plays like that, and he calls plays like that, love it. Because that was beautiful. That first touchdown, that was beautiful play calling, beautiful execution. Why they can't do more stuff like that consistently, I don't know. I do not know. But also, I hope Quay Davis is going to be all right, because we know he was hurt. He was holding his abdomen, so that tells you he got hit in the stomach area. Hopefully he's good. He's good to go. But that lead block by him, as much as we want to give credit to Bartolone for that play calling, and we should, Quay had a damn good lead block to allow Travis to get into the end zone. And, you know, you just got to give credit to him for that, because if he doesn't make that block, Travis probably doesn't get into the end zone. Right. It was so good to see. Bro, Malachi was waiting for his chance, man. And we know how hard he's been working to get back into the good graces ever since, you know, his grades kind of slipped from playing basketball. And to see him get that touchdown, we was so happy. Like, I was so happy for him. and then it gets called back. Like I honestly think these refs got money on the game. Hold on, let me see the scores. 17. Alcorn barely beat Bethune 17-14. Okay, Southern's up on Valley. That's expected. Prairie View 55-24 to Pine Bluff. Florida A&M barely beats Alabama State 21-14. Okay. All right. Alcorn, I'm a little surprised at that, but all right. I think they quarterback out for the season, though, so that could be a reason why. But yeah, man, back to this game. Look, I felt so bad for Malachi and K3. Their time's gonna come though. Their time's gonna come. Defensively, K5. What's going on with Nugget? Why is he not? He's so on and off with starting. I don't know what's going on with him. I saw him in the game, but he damn sure didn't start. At least I don't think. Anyways, K5, great coverage. Travis, you know not to. I appreciate quarterbacks trying them, but you know not to test that boy now. That FAMU ending was crazy. I got to go back and see that. Alabama State had a game-winning field goal block. Oh, stop. I want 15 to get a touchdown. Trevante, that's the unfortunate thing. That is the unfortunate thing, man. When you have so much receivers, somebody got to take a back seat, you know? Somebody got to take a back seat. They're just so loaded. Loving the shirt, bro. Hey, thank you so much. Man, it's cold as hell in my God. I seen that. Like, nah, like I didn't know it got that cold in Mississippi right now. I'm glad I went before it did. You can't float any ball Travis's way. He was gonna come up with it. Better zip it. Shit, let me stop cursing. Shoot, even if you do zip it, the chances of that happening, over with. Travis has played some damn good coverage. I think earlier on in the game when he got tried twice in the red zone, one of those plays I didn't like how I think he was out of position to me. One of those plays, which is why I said like if Quincy Casey was a little bit more accurate, it might have been a touchdown. But no, Travis has played exceptional. Like his grade so far through all the games he's played would definitely be an A. I know, but I'm saying like I jumped on G's live earlier and I watched the Alcorn game and I saw like people were snuggled up out there in the stands and I was like, boy, I didn't know it was that cold. I'm glad I got there before it did. You feel me? Like it's a cool little 60 to 80 in here all the time. You feel like we nice over here. That's why I'm glad. Travis catch-up speed is crazy. It is. But hey, what do y'all want to see going forward? In this game, man? Like, what do you want to see from Jackson State? As a matter of fact, I can open up the call lines. Let me do that. I want to hear from y'all. Hold on, let me open up the call lines. I want to hear from y'all. But nah, refs got one more time. The refs got one more time, bro. And I'm going to call for an investigation. Because ain't no way.
There is one other participant in the conference.
I know y'all did not remember the number before I even put it up on here.
All participants are muted, and they can unmute themselves.
Hey, Carly, you live?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
I can't hear you. Can you hear me? I can't hear you.
Hold on, man.
I'm not hearing anything you're saying. Like, I'm not hearing anything. Can you?
Hold on. If you watching the TV, hold on. You hear me?
I'm just going to assume you're hearing
You hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Yeah, I'm just going to say quick. I mean, I don't have the stats to, like, watch this, but from what I've been seeing over the course of the season, I feel as though Jackson State is a team that probably left more touchdowns on the field, like actual touchdowns that happened that got called back, and being in the red zone and just doing dumb stuff than probably any other SWAC or any other team in the whole HBCU. Like, that alone, I believe, is the biggest enemy for Jackson State.
And why do you say?
Like, I don't know how they're going to work on that, but at this point of the season, like to be not a great team yet because of the indiscipline. Like, they're not disciplined and focused. Don't get me wrong, they're a really good team.
Yeah. But
to be a great team, you got to be disciplined and focused.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think they're there yet. That's just my 2 cents. Because if they want to go play in FBS or some other team, that is not going to fly with those teams. That's all I got to say. Yeah.
No, listen, I agree with you. They aren't there yet, which is why, when we hear this moving up to FBS talk, we realize it's a process because Prime hasn't been at Jackson State that long. There are still things that need to be established culturally. Like, they like that whole motto, smart, fast, tough, discipline. They're not there yet. And this is why they keep having to preach it every single day in practice, before every game. Like, that's why they keep having to preach this message, because they aren't there yet. But I think they'll get there. I think they're so good in the SWAC that they can overcome some of these self-inflicted obstacles that they put in for themselves. But eventually, when you play, because I got news for y'all, next year that schedule is going to be crazy. Next year, I can't tell you who, but that schedule is going to be crazy. They're going to have to fix this at some point, whether it's this season or during the offseason. They're going to have to fix this, because going forward, they're going to play a lot more teams that aren't that aren't SWAC with the talent level, and that's no disrespect to the SWAC. And they're gonna have to know. They really gonna have to know that you can't continue to hurt yourselves in these ways. So, I agree with you, Colin.
I mean, I'm just gonna say one thing. Like, I don't know what they have to do, but they have to become more mentally tough. Because if you watch these SEC games or whatever, yes, there's a lot of talent and they're better in the trenches, but putting that aside, they're just more mentally focused, and the boneheaded plays is not as much compared to like what I see here with Jackson State.
Right. And what was a boneheaded play that stuck out to you the most?
I mean, first of all these drop balls. I mean, come on, what's going on here with this? Like, seriously, and this is like almost every game now. Like, I know there's drop balls in the game, but if any casual looker would see that it is more than just a cursory dropping a ball, and you're dropping a ball at a very pivotal time. Like, that in itself will not cut it with an FBS team. You're probably going to lose like that. On top of that, the touchdown being called back holding because the linemen, they're just not as disciplined, or maybe a little bit too much, or whatever the case is. But I see that happen a lot. Like, those two things are just, I think those two penalties there, that's it. The dropping the ball and the holding at a very inopportune time. Like, that's it. Like, if they could correct that, I think they can step to the next level. So they're gifted talent-wise, whatever, but now it's all about mental fortitude. And I don't know what they need to do, go see a sports psychologist, or I don't know if they have the funds to do anything like that, but they need to be mentally tough for a team. And I'll keep it as that.
I got you. Hey, thank you for the call, man.
So someone just said that I'm complaining and they're winning. whoever that person is. I'm not talking about the fact that they're winning. We're talking about the fact that they want to go to higher levels.
Man.
Right? Yes, they're going to dominate the SWAC. But it's about going to higher levels. That's what I'm talking about.
Listen, people like.
All right, have a good one. All right.
Thank you for the call, man. People like you.
All right, cool.
Thank you. People like you don't know football, bro. People like you do not know football, and it pisses me off. It is not enough to just be winning. Bad football is bad football. Say that type of thing to Nick Saban and see what he say to you. Say that type of thing to Nick Saban and see what he say to you. Nick Saban can blow a team out and he'll still walk away being mad like, hey, we missed this amount of tackles. That's the difference between winning and being a championship caliber team. Clown. Like, oh my God, boy, people like you, boy. Clown. Why is he responding to this? The FCS refs are bad. Every week it's a bad. Nah, they outdid themselves today. They outdid themselves today, bro. 3 touchdowns being called back is ridiculous. Now that penalty after Travis got the interceptions, I saw the block in the back. I can't dispute that. I can't even be happy. I mean, not happy, but like I can't dispute that. I saw it. It was I think it was on Cam or Jalen Hughes. It was somebody with dreads. So I saw that. But nah, calling back 3 touchdowns, bro. That's you miss me with that. Miss me with that. Also, DJ Stevens, man, you need bigger. I think they should utilize some more. Because even though we saw some off throws by Shedeur, the throws that he does make, like that pretty ball he threw to the Dallas Daniels that went right through his hands. We need a bigger body to catch those, if I'm being honest with you. And I think DJ Stevens is the guy for that. Great concentration, great focus by him. It was the exact same side of the field, the exact same kind of play, and guess who made the catch? Oh, game back on. All right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get up out of here. I'm gonna get up out of here. Hey, listen, FBS Fridays, our thing. Make sure you tune in for that. Also, be sure to watch my recap of the game because we're going. Demus is on the way. Hey, keep that on the hush. Hey, get up with me after the game. All right, we're gonna be talking about it. But interact with me on Twitter, Instagram. I'm gonna be talking about the game, all that good stuff. I'll see y'all afterwards.